Have you ever wondered why you can walk for hours, count your steps, and still struggle to lose belly fat? It turns out there's a simple trick, backed by science, that can flip your body from burning sugar into burning stubborn fat every time you walk. And the best part, you don't need a gym, fancy equipment, or hours of training. Just this one shift in how you walk can unlock fat burning that your body has been waiting for. Most people believe that if they just walk every day, the weight will melt away. You see people at the park, headphones in, moving steadily for an hour, yet their body barely changes. They're consistent, they're putting in the time, but the stubborn fat just stays. Why does that happen? The truth is, walking alone doesn't always unlock fat loss, because the body doesn't immediately go after stored fat for energy. Instead, it goes for the easiest, most accessible fuel, sugar. Your body is designed for survival, so it always chooses the path of least resistance. If you've recently eaten, or if your diet is heavy in carbs and sugar, your bloodstream is already full of glucose. Your insulin levels rise to move that glucose into your cells. And when insulin is elevated, your body locks the doors to fat burning. Think of insulin like a security guard standing in front of your fat stores. As long as insulin is on duty, your body won't touch those fat reserves. It will keep burning sugar because it's faster and easier to use. This is why someone can walk every morning after breakfast or take evening walks after dinner and still feel like nothing changes. The body is busy burning the pancakes or pasta it just got, not the stubborn belly fat they want to lose. It's not that walking is ineffective. It's that the timing and the fuel source matter. If your system is running on sugar, that's what it will burn. And only once sugar is depleted does the body reach for stored fat. Picture a woman named Sarah. She's committed to losing weight, so she wakes up early every morning to get her steps in. She puts in 45 minutes before heading to work. She's proud of her effort, but after 3 months, she notices her clothes still fit the same. She's frustrated and wonders why her hard work isn't paying off. Sarah doesn't realize that every morning she drinks her coffee with cream and sugar before she walks. So by the time she laces up her shoes, her insulin is already spiked, and her body spends her entire walk burning off sugar from her coffee instead of tapping into her fat stores. To Sarah, it looks like walking doesn't work, but in reality, it's how her body is wired. Or imagine John. He decides to add evening walks after dinner because he's heard it's good for weight loss. He feels good about sticking to it, but he notices his belly fat doesn't budge. What's happening is that every night his body is processing the carbs from his meal and insulin is again standing guard. His walk helps digestion, it helps his heart, it even lowers stress. But it doesn't unlock the stubborn fat burning he was hoping for. This is where so many people get stuck. They're disciplined, they're walking, but their body isn't in a fat burning state. And this is why we have to understand insulin's role. The only time your body can truly reach into fat storage is when insulin is low. That's when the security guard steps aside, and suddenly fat becomes available as fuel. The body can finally shift gears and burn what you've been carrying around for years. Most people don't realize that walking itself isn't the problem. It's the fuel the body is choosing to burn during the walk. Until insulin comes down, your body will always prioritize sugar. And that's the reason stubborn fat can feel impossible to lose even when you're walking every single day. So the real question becomes, how do you walk in a way that lowers insulin and flips that internal switch from sugar burning to fat burning? Because once you know the trick, the same walk that never gave you results can suddenly become one of the most powerful tools for melting stubborn fat. There's a simple reason why some people walk every day and see their body change while others walk the same distance and see almost nothing happen. The difference often comes down to when you walk and how long you stay out there. Your body is like a hybrid car. It has two fuel tanks. One is sugar and the other is fat. The sugar tank is small and quick to access while the fat tank is large but locked away. The trick is learning how to get your body to reach for that fat tank instead of just burning through sugar all the time. When you wake up in the morning, something powerful has already happened. You've been fasting all night while you slept. Your insulin is naturally lower because you haven't eaten for hours. Remember, insulin is that guard that blocks access to your fat stores. With insulin low, the lock is loosened. If you start walking before you eat, your body doesn't have a full sugar tank to pull from, so it's far more likely to start dipping into fat. This is why walking in a fasted state is such a game changer. It's not that you're walking harder, faster, or longer. It's that you're walking when your body is already primed to burn fat. Picture this. You wake up, drink a glass of water, and head out the door for a 20-minute walk before breakfast. At first, your body still has a little sugar stored in your muscles and liver called glycogen. That's what it burns first. But as the minutes pass, those stores begin to empty. By the 20-30-minute mark, the shift starts to happen. Insulin stays low and the body begins unlocking fat reserves. Suddenly, you've moved from burning last night's dinner to tapping into the stubborn fat around your belly and thighs. Without even realizing it, your body has changed gears. Now think about extending the walk. Most people stop at 10 or 15 minutes and never give their body enough time to switch into fat burning. But if you stay out there just a little longer, that's when the magic happens. Once glycogen runs low, fat becomes the star of the show. The body doesn't fight it. In fact, it's designed for this. Fat is a slow, steady fuel source that keeps you going without the crashes that sugar creates. You actually feel more energy as your walk continues, not less. That's your body telling you it's comfortable in fat burning mode. Imagine Sarah again, the woman who struggled to lose weight even though she walked every morning. Now she tries something different. She skips the cream and sugar in her coffee, goes for her walk before breakfast, and makes sure she stays out for 30 minutes instead of 15. Within a few weeks, her clothes start to fit differently. She notices more energy in the mornings, and the stubborn fat that used to hang around her waist is finally shifting. Nothing about her walk looks different to an outsider, but inside her body, everything has changed. This works because your body is wired to use what's available first. If sugar is present, it burns sugar. If sugar is scarce and insulin is low, it naturally turns to fat. You don't have to force it. You just have to set the stage. Walking in a fasted state or staying on your feet long enough for that internal switch to flip is what creates the difference. And here's the best part. It doesn't feel extreme. You're not starving yourself. You're not doing high-intensity workouts that leave you sore and drained. You're simply aligning your walk with your body's natural rhythm. By lowering insulin and giving your body enough time, you allow it to do what it was built to do, burn fat efficiently and steadily. This is the real secret behind why one person's walk leads to fat loss and another person's doesn't. It's not about discipline or effort. It's about timing insulin and the simple trick of walking when your body is ready to use fat as fuel. The beauty of walking for fat loss isn't just in the act itself, but in the timing. Your body runs on rhythms, and those rhythms can either block fat burning or open the door wide for it. When you understand how to align your walks with your hormones and your daily routine, the results feel almost effortless. It's not about adding hours to your day. It's about using the hours you already have in a smarter way. Think about the very first moments of your morning. Most of us wake up, grab our phones, and scroll through messages or social media before even getting out of bed. Meanwhile, your body has just gone 8 to 10 hours without food. Insulin is low and cortisol is naturally higher because it's helping wake you up. That combination is actually perfect for fat burning. Cortisol frees up stored energy, insulin isn't in the way, and your fat cells are ready to release fuel. If you take advantage of this window by walking before breakfast, you ride that wave instead of missing it. It can be as simple as swapping the phone scroll for a 20-minute walk outside. The air wakes you up, your brain feels sharper, and your body taps into fat instead of waiting for your first meal to spike insulin. Now think about the end of the day. Many people finish dinner, sink into the couch, and let the night slip away. But that time holds another powerful opportunity. When you've eaten a lighter dinner, something with more protein and vegetables, fewer heavy carbs, your insulin won't spike as high. If you head out for a slow, steady walk after that meal, you're helping your body clear out the glucose that's left while keeping insulin levels low. That means by the time you go to bed, you're already nudging your body back into fat burning mode, setting yourself up for better results overnight. Growth hormone, which surges while you sleep, works best when insulin is low, and that's exactly what you create by walking after a light dinner. Imagine you're someone who struggles with afternoon slumps. Around 3 p.m., you feel tired, your energy crashes, and you reach for a snack or another cup of coffee. That slump is often your body dealing with blood sugar swings. One way to break that cycle is to take a quick walk instead of relying on food or caffeine. Even 10 minutes of movement lowers glucose in your bloodstream, improves insulin sensitivity, and steadies your energy. You'll notice you come back to your desk more alert, and you've kept your body in a state that favors fat use rather than fat storage. It doesn't have to be complicated. Picture a mom who has just dropped her kids off at school. Normally, she'd go home, make breakfast, and start her chores. But instead, she decides to take a 20-minute walk right then. She's still in a fasted state from the night. Her hormones are lined up to support fat burning, and she feels more grounded before the business of her day starts. Or think of someone who works long hours and usually ends the day with a heavy meal and television. If he swaps the heavy meal for something lighter and follows it with a 25-minute walk, he not only helps his digestion, but also lowers insulin before bed, setting the stage for overnight fat burning. The more you practice this timing, the more natural it feels. You start to notice that walking isn't just movement. It's a way of syncing with your body's chemistry. Cortisol, growth hormone, and insulin are like switches you can flip by simply choosing when to walk. The difference between a body stuck burning sugar and a body tapping into fat is often just a matter of when you lace up your shoes. And when you realize you can fit this into your day without overhauling your schedule, it becomes a lifestyle. You're no longer forcing yourself to exercise. You're aligning small walks with natural windows your body already gives you. Morning, afternoon, or evening, these little shifts make walking not just something you do, but something that changes the way your body works from the inside out. Walking takes on a whole new meaning when you stop thinking of it as exercise and start seeing it as a way of life. The most powerful results don't come from counting steps or carving out long blocks of time, but from weaving movement into the fabric of your daily routine. Every choice to walk, no matter how small, is a chance to nudge your body toward fat-burning, better hormones and long-term health. Imagine you need groceries. Most people grab their car keys, drive, and park as close to the entrance as possible. But what if you flip that script? What if instead you walked to the store or parked farther away and turned that errand into a fat-burning session? You'd get what you needed, and at the same time, you'd train your body to tap into fat stores instead of storing more. The trip itself becomes part of your transformation without any extra time carved out for exercise. Or think about the stairs you pass every day. They're always there, but often ignored in favor of the elevator. Taking the stairs is more than just physical effort. It's a message to your body to recruit more muscles, burn more glucose, and strengthen your metabolism. Over time, those small bursts add up. They're not long workouts, but they carry the same fat-burning benefits because of the way they keep insulin low and energy demand high. Now, picture workdays. So many of us spend hours glued to a desk, barely moving. Phone calls, meetings, brainstorming, all of it done sitting down. What if those same calls happened while you walked? Whether it's pacing around your living room, circling the block, or walking through your office halls, you'd be stacking fat-burning minutes into time you were already spending. Instead of adding stress by forcing another workout into your schedule, you'd simply be shifting how you use the time you already have. These choices may feel small in the moment, but they stack together in powerful ways. A short walk after meals keeps blood sugar steady. Parking farther away adds steps you never counted before. Taking stairs strengthens your legs and core. Phone meetings on the move create hours of walking each month without ever labeling it as exercise. Each step keeps insulin down, encourages fat use, and balances hormones like cortisol and growth hormone. Over time, your body learns a new rhythm. It becomes efficient at pulling energy from fat instead of storing it. This is what makes walking so different from other forms of exercise. You don't need to change into gym clothes, block off an hour, or push yourself through something extreme. You simply decide to move more often and more intentionally. The power is in the consistency, not the intensity. Walking transforms your body quietly, steadily, and without overwhelming stress. Think about how freeing that is. You're no longer chained to the idea that only hard, punishing workouts burn fat. Instead, you have a tool that fits into your life, whether you're busy, tired, or traveling. You start to see opportunities everywhere: a staircase, a grocery run, a phone call, and each one becomes another chance to strengthen your metabolism. It's not about counting calories or measuring every step. It's about training your body to burn fat naturally, balancing the hormones that drive energy, and protecting your health for the long run. Walking is the bridge between where you are now and where you want to be. And when you approach it with intention, every step you take is more than movement. It's a step into a healthier, leaner, stronger version of yourself. Walking becomes powerful when you stop treating it as just exercise and start weaving it into the small moments of daily life. The opportunities are everywhere, and when you take them, you're not only moving more, you're signaling to your body to burn fat, balance hormones, and improve health in ways that add up over time. What feels like a simple choice in the moment becomes part of a bigger transformation when you do it consistently. Think about the grocery store. Most people will circle the lot looking for the closest spot to the entrance. But imagine instead choosing the farthest spot, adding extra steps before you even begin shopping. Those steps might feel like nothing at first, but they compound. They send a message to your muscles to pull in glucose, lower insulin, and nudge your body toward fat burning. That one small decision repeated week after week shifts your metabolism in a quiet but powerful way. Or picture yourself at work. You spend hours at a desk answering emails and phone calls. Instead of sitting through every meeting, you could turn one phone call a day into a walking call. You pace around your home, step outside, or even walk the hallways. 10 minutes here, 20 minutes there, and suddenly you've layered in movement that keeps your energy steady and trains your body to burn fat without carving out extra time. Over the course of a month, that adds up to hours of walking that never felt like exercise at all. Now think about stairs. They're usually seen as an inconvenience, something to avoid when there's an elevator right there. But every time you choose stairs, you recruit more muscles, burn more energy, and improve your body's ability to use fat for fuel. It doesn't require a gym. It doesn't take extra planning. It's just a different choice in a moment where you already have to move from one floor to another. Those short bursts add strength, improve insulin sensitivity, and leave you feeling more energized. Even errands can be transformed. A quick trip to drop off mail or grab coffee becomes an opportunity if you choose to walk instead of drive. A lunch break becomes a chance to move through your neighborhood instead of scrolling your phone. These are not grand, dramatic workouts, But they're powerful because they layer into your routine without resistance. You don't need to think of them as exercise. You just think of them as life lived with more intention. The real shift comes when you stop asking, how many calories did I burn? And start asking, how is my body using energy right now? Walking with intention isn't about chasing calorie numbers. It's about lowering insulin so fat becomes available, boosting growth hormone so your body repairs and rebuilds, and using cortisol in its natural rhythm instead of letting it work against you. Each step you take with this understanding helps retrain your metabolism to favor fat burning over sugar burning. Imagine what your life feels like when these choices become natural. You walk after dinner with your family instead of collapsing on the couch, and digestion feels easier. You take calls on the move instead of hunched at a desk, and your energy no longer crashes in the afternoon. You park farther away and climb the stairs without hesitation, and over time the stubborn fat that once felt impossible to lose begins to fade. The small, consistent steps stack together, and suddenly you realize your body is working with you instead of against you. Walking is not about punishing workouts or rigid routines. It's about reclaiming movement in a way that empowers your body to function the way it was designed. It's about using ordinary moments, grocery trips, phone calls, staircases, errands, as invitations to transform your metabolism. It's not about the number of steps or the time on a clock. It's about the intention behind them. Every step becomes a signal, every choice a chance to build a healthier rhythm. And when you start living this way, walking is no longer just something you do. It becomes the foundation of how you train your body to burn fat more efficiently, balance hormones naturally, and protect your long-term health with ease.